Welcome, listeners, to the Gamer Headlines Show, Gamer Headlines' weekly entertainment podcast. This is episode 59. I'm one of your co-hosts, Adnan Riaz. As always, I'm joined by my co-host, Chris Cortez.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Chris. Right, we've mixed up the show a little bit, so we've removed Talk Nerdy to Me, we've removed the news section, and we've literally reformatted everything in this show. So we've got a two-segment show. Might be shorter than one of our other episodes, but it's still as meaty as it can get, because there's a lot of shit to, make our way through.
It's,
I feel like Andy Dufresne. We're both Andy Dufresne kind of.
We crawled through miles of shit to get here.
Whilst Cleveland does the voiceover. Why they chose Enchilada Night? I do not know.
I love that. I really dig the Family Guy parodies. Those things are so funny, man.
Yeah, early Family Guy is fantastic. I watched some of the new stuff lately, and and the Simpsons. Simpsons I don't even want to talk about because it breaks my heart.
Oh, dude.
Okay, isn't?
Yeah, It was recently on what is it, FXX? Like you could stream them and shit. So I was watching all the classic episodes. Awesome, man! Like fucking we do all those episodes are awesome.
Yeah.
And then you get to I think it's 2000 or something, or mid 2000s.
Season 15 plus onwards.
Yeah.
Season 14 is kind of is where it starts to go downhill. 13 has some decent episodes. 12 is where it's one of its high points, and 11, 10, all those 7, 9, 8, they're brilliant. But I think it says everything when it's on 27th season, and when it's at 15, it really kind of hits the midpoint, and people are kind of scratching their head, and then after that you stop scratching your head and kind of looking blankly in the distance.
Yeah.
It just says something, but hey, that's that.
Yeah, God, whatever. We should do a Simpsons cast one day, because I'm sure we could do 4 hours easily.
We'd have to do the intro ourselves.
The Gamer Headline Show. Really pushing it. But
I couldn't try completely. That's that's not a segment. That's just us rambling off on one.
That's the banter we always have to bring. But yeah, like Adam was saying, we're gonna cut some segments out. They'll be back probably I don't know, sometime soon they'll be back. But we got 2 fucking shows to cover, man. There's 2 events that. But by the way, for the record, wait, Adnan, did you see Game Awards live?
I did watch it live. Yeah. It was 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, I think Jeff Keighley at one point was like, "Thank you for our European fans for staying up," which I thought was really cool of him. But yeah, I didn't see it actually. So technically speaking, I couldn't watch the whole show. I watched. I was on vacation last weekend, so I didn't see either event that we're going to cover today. So what I did was on Monday, I watched a pre-recorded version of it. The thing is, PlayStation Experience I was able to see in its entirety. Game Awards, they didn't have the full show. What they had was it was really weird. What they had on their YouTube at the time was a playlist of all the exclusive world premieres. Basically it was the gist of the show, but all the fluff was cut out. But I do know of big things that happen, which we'll get to.
The full show's on there, by the way. No.
Oh fuck. Okay. Well,
but the quality is really choppy though. It really is. It's kind of keeps making noises at certain points.
Damn.
It's really hard to kind of watch. It's still something to watch, but it is
right.
It is kind of choppy for that. But with the Game Awards, though,
you guys can see it. I can't.
Yeah. The Game Awards with our predictions, we were both right and wrong on a lot of things.
Yeah, it was pretty. I was surprised, man. How semi-accurate we were with our choices and stuff.
Surprised that we saw Uncharted there, even though it was but at the same time we were also right. There was going to be a 5-second clip or so.
Yeah,
which it was. It was on very quickly. We only saw who Laura Bailey's playing in Uncharted, and then I think I said Michonne. I knew it. Called out my boys Telltale. My chest. I was I knew that these guys would be here, showing that off. I was that's definitely one of those things that was going to pop up. Then a little bit more ambitious on Gears 4 and stuff like that. I didn't turn up, but obviously Quantum Break was there and a few other Xbox games and whatnot. On the surface of things, it wasn't too bad of a show.
I really a lot of people complain that they don't really know who they're catering to and things like that. That, oh God, they think that all we do is eat Doritos and drink Mountain Dew. And yes, there are moments like that where I'm God, is this really what they think gamers do? But on the flip side of things, dude, there's a lot of heart in that show. Especially Jeff, is it Keighley or Niley? I don't know.
Jeff Keighley.
Keighley, yeah. Keighley. So much heart with that man. And we'll get to that later, but after this show, I have a new level of respect for that guy. He really respects games and where they come from.
at the same time, it is an award show. At the end of the day, you need to
Right.
understand that like it doesn't necessarily demean gamers for what it is. It demeans any medium. You
Yeah.
watch the Oscars, you watch the Grammys. They're just a little bit more higher, obvious higher end production and everything else. But at the same time, you do kind of like scratch your head and you know take you kind of like when you sit next to someone, you have to kind of like awkwardly move your shoulder or something, and it kind of like draws a response from the other person because they look at you. It's just one of those moments where it is that because you want things to be a bit serious, and then it kind of doesn't reflect on the way that you think something's going to roll.
Right.
You have to kind of question it as well, because I saw that in the Game Awards. I was like, why is this even happening? This is stupid. I'm like, because I do think that about award shows anyway, because they do mean like absolutely fuck all. With the actual show though, I kind of found it weird that a lot of the awards they didn't really present. It's like, oh, Life is Strange won this, and it also won this award as well, and that's it. And I was like, wait, what?
Oh, right.
Like one sitting. So he kind of did it to where he lapped himself over. He's like, and Metal Gear Solid 5 won Best Action Game. Oh, it's also won Best Music Game. And I'm like, for Best Soundtrack, I'm like, wait, what? Like, what the fuck?
That timer. They're just like, what was it? It was a 2-hour show, right?
Yeah, 2-hour show.
Yeah, so I guess they
Down,
were just,
I think maybe half an hour from last year.
Yeah, I guess they were just like really low on time and they just had to like speed through it, but it is kind of weird. I mean, I guess they want to cover all the boundaries, but at the same time, there's only so much they could present. Dude, speaking of which, like this is kind of a general statement. We could break it down if you know, like to go through it, but as a whole, what did you think? Like, did you agree with who won for the most part, like the different nominations, or is it kind of like a mixed bag with you?
Mixed, yeah. There was some really mixed ones. I was very surprised Ashley Birch didn't win for Life is Strange.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hands on, my favourite was her for to win that award. Not just because I like Life is Strange, but she was swooping a lot of other awards. It was kind of like she was almost the go-to contender, because I thought it would be her coming to Luddington.
Mm-hmm.
Then her story picked up, which is kind of strange. Because like her story did really well there.
Yeah.
Like it did kind of like...
Have you played it, by the way? Oh,
no,
dude. Really weird game. I bought it as an impulse buy, and it was one of the few games Rebecca actually enjoyed playing with me. It's barely... well, that's another story for another day, but I'll put it this way. It's barely a video game. It's very much like a work of art. It's like interactive art, essentially. It's really bizarre.
Well, let's not start the interactive drama and everything else kind of conversation. You might need to speak to David Cage and everyone else in it, because I think games are represented in different ways. I don't necessarily think gameplay means anything in a game, which is ironic for what it is, but I don't think it necessarily means fuck all about game. But with I was kind of surprised with some of the mixed bag. A lot of them, Bloodborne was very much skipped in a lot of it.
Yeah,
I don't think it won anything, did it?
No, I'm looking at
did it win RPG? No, it didn't win anything. I was very surprised with that, because the art direction, I thought that would be one of the bigger ones that it would kind of swoop in and take. I'm very surprised Witcher 3 came out of nowhere and took out the awards as well, because I knew it was a big game, but it really did demolish the Game Awards with most the awards it took home. Especially taking out Fallout, which was like, everyone built up to be this like, monumental occasion to celebrate Fallout's victory, and then it didn't really, deliver.
Yeah. Fallout, I don't think that Fallout won anything either, which again is super ironic, because they that was like everybody's been talking about that. I know it's recent, but like when you really hear about it, Witcher 3, I mean, I remember I played it, I fucking loved it, but like I didn't really hear a whole lot of people, like at least in our group, I didn't hear a whole lot of people talking about it. And it won Game of the Year from the Game Awards, which, I mean, I'm biased because my Game of the Year, well, we'll save that for later, but I'm a bit biased because I really thought other games in that category could have, like, especially like Phantom Pain and stuff like that, could have like really fought for that top slot. But Witcher, I think it earned it. Witcher 3, I'm like, you know what? I could see it being Game of the Year. It was a great game. I mean, I was really sucked into that. Not as much as Phantom Pain, but I was really sucked into it.
Yeah, fair enough. Game of the Year is fine. Developer of the Year, I would give it CD Projekt Red. Mm-hmm. I think they really did shatter a lot of things for that.
Damn right.
How well they did.
Dude, they literally gave you a letter saying thank you for buying our game when you bought Witcher 3. That's like and on top of that, the free DLC, the cheap expansion pass, only $20, and you get like I don't know how much content with it. So yeah, I
just heard a codec go off.
Yeah,
phone.
Yeah, that was my no, it's my iPad.
Like fucking ears, like a hawk. Like I could hear that.
Snake. I'm on my codec right now,
I was pressing my button on my headphones like snake.
I'm right now on my my codec talking while I still...
I mean, The other awards though, the independent game Rocket League.
Right.
Yeah, I'll give it that. I think Rocket League was fucking. I'm so enjoying Rocket League. Best narrative. This was a very strange one. This was her story that won it.
Right.
I was dead set that Life is Strange will take it
Yeah.
because I didn't think that the. Go
Yeah. I
on,
was
sorry.
gonna say that was yeah, okay. So on some of these categories, like I would have situations where like I'm like, okay, I played Her Story, I played Tales, I played Witcher, and I played Until Dawn, but I haven't played Life is Strange. So Her Story, to be honest, best narrative I think goes to Tales from that list based on what I've played. I haven't played Life is Strange yet, so therein lies the weirdness where I'm like, fuck, I haven't played that game, so I can't really give an opinion on that until I play
I
that.
wouldn't. I wouldn't say Life Tales from the Borderlands is one of the best narratives because as it is funny and how great. It's not. It's got a good story, but it's not really like you. Not to say it's degrading for what it is, but it's not really unique. It does take obviously all these concepts of Borderlands and puts it into its own narrative, but I don't think it's like an amazing narrative that blows me away. I think what is better is the performances in it, and
Hmm.
the game. Some of the changes in the gameplay and little things here and there. I don't think it's got the best narrative that elevates it up there. Until Dawn's a very strange one to fit in there, though. Like a very,
Yeah.
very strange one for what it's doing, though. Because a horror game putting into that, I do think it has a very good story as well. Until Dawn, even though obviously, again, you
It's
have
an
to remember though,
homage. It's an homage
in
though, so it's hard to, you know what I mean? Like put it up there.
yeah, in that category though, you have Life is Strange, Tales from the Borderlands, Until Dawn, all interactive games, all which have different scenarios and different things that can pull out, which says everything if they were nominated for best narrative. And then you have the likes of Metal Gear Solid 5 missing from that category,
Well,
which
it's
kind of says like,
interesting because Witcher 3 is also pick like you choose. It's like Mass Effect. You choose your own response. So actually, all with the exception of Her
well,
Story,
yeah,
all of those are you choose where the story goes. That's interesting. That's funny. Her Story won, and that's the one that you explore the story in a different way, but it's not like you choose what's going to happen. You just choose the
exactly.
order that you discover things. So,
See, this category
huh.
I would have given Life is Strange best narrative, and then the Game for Change, which is a weird category in itself because you don't even know what the fuck that means. I wouldn't give that to Life. I wouldn't give that to Life is Strange. I would have give that to Her Story.
What the hell does Game for Change? I guess like it changes your
Yeah,
views
Games for
on.
Change.
Yeah, I guess it
I think it's
changes.
kind of like making this idea of like it's like something that's turned the tide in storytelling and like
Yeah,
kind of way of something. It's kind of elevating to a point where it's like this is the game that's redefining the industry or something.
right.
Um,
So yeah, that
or
is weird. Her Story should have won. You're right.
Yeah, I would have swapped those two ranks. I thought that would have made more sense. 'Cause I don't think Life is Strange is the games for change kind of thing, as it is a brilliant narrative.
Right.
Uh, and Her Story, from what I've seen, seems like a better, more for what Games for Change is. Try to like send a message out for the game that is breaking away from other ways of storytelling, the way how it presents gameplay, etc., etc. Do you get what I mean? But
Yeah. Yeah.
it is what it is. So with best soundtrack, Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain, very surprised with this one.
Oh, big
Very
time.
surprised. Harry
Considering
Gregson
that.
Williams
Yeah.
did it.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No. So I was going to say that Harry Gregson Williams not doing the score for this game, and also how much it focuses more on licensed songs than
Yeah.
it does the soundtrack. Because the other one, the MGS, it was Hollywood A-list music they wanted for it. Like it was encompassed in every cutscene. It was playing in the background. It had that great moment, like when Psycho Mantis appears and that music plays in the background.
Yeah.
But with Phantom Pain, it kind of it fizzled out a little bit. So I'm kind of straight. That was a very interesting one.
Yeah.
Where
I agree. The main song, "Sins of the Father," is amazing. That song is like, for me, one of the best MGS songs in the series thus far. But yeah, I agree, man. Like, I mean, I'm going through kind of like an '80s phase where I really like '80s music. It's all I listen to nowadays. I don't know, something about it. So like, this game came out at the right time, and I was like blasting, like dancing with tears in my eyes, stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, right on, Big Boss. But in terms of like original score, like yeah, it's more like based on the user input because unless you're playing something on your iDroid, nothing for the most part except for when you're injured, do 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 da do 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 da, like that song that like
yeah.
thing that plays when you're about to die, and then what is it? The Burning Man's or what the fuck was his name? The Man on Fire's theme was pretty cool. But aside from that, like yeah, I'm very surprised too. I honestly think Ori and the Blind Forest had a really good soundtrack. Witcher 3, I think, should have won this. Again, based on what I played. I have not played Fallout 4. But I think
Yeah.
Witcher 3 should have won only because that game's soundtrack is like Oh my god, dude. It's up there with like, classic Zelda and stuff like that. It's beautiful. And it really fits
Yeah.
like the environments that you're in and whatnot.
Well, Ori and the Blind Forest definitely deserves a best art direction.
Oh
I think that was
yeah.
a hit on the teeth for what it got. I think the one award they took home, that's definitely one that it deserves.
Yes.
But quickly flicking for the other categories: best RPG, Witcher 3. Again, surprising, especially with Fallout, but at the same time, not surprising either.
Yeah.
Even with Bloodborne, they're very three of those are very competitive as well. Witcher 3,
Yeah.
Bloodborne, Fallout 4. Like it's a very tough category to win from. Fighting game, I'm not going to really go into. Mortal Kombat X wasn't really that brilliant when I think on the face of it. Best family game, right, let's skip that. I'm not interested in talking about that. Best sports/racing game. This is a weird hybrid. Kind of says everything, though, doesn't it? When you can't really fit them into separate categories.
Yeah, that's
Because
really yeah.
But the free part is Rocket League wins it, which is a hybrid of both genres.
Yeah,
Uh,
that is really fun. I feel like they wanted Rocket League to win. It's like the only
Yeah,
game
so they-
there that's both. Like,
Yeah, so they've fused the thing. So that's the only game that encompasses both of what it is. So I was kind of like, scratching my head when I saw that. But overall, the awards were something else. Like I think, like obviously, my interpretation is different. Because different, like Viva was it Viva Self Siafet, what she's called for her story. I thought that was a very interesting one for best performance.
yeah, she.
I know a lot. Of people,
all the. Oh, and by the way, how funny was it? The announcement where they're like,
for Witcher 3.
yeah,
Jade Raymond.
and she was confused. She's like, "Do I go up? I mean, that's my name. That's not the game I was in." And then like, what is it? Jeff Keighley was like, "By the way, yeah, it was her. Sorry about that. It was for her story. Yeah, like it was just, like smoothing things out and stuff."
Yeah. Oh, but by the way, should we talk about Jade Raymond's little jab to Kiefer Sutherland?
Oh my god, yeah, that was really the whole situation. It was like a trilogy of really weird events. We'll get to another part later, but yeah, so Kiefer goes up and he accepts the award for best action adventure game for MGS5, The Phantom Pain. And then like he's like, yeah, all the people are asking me to sign Big Boss. And then like he walks away. Terrible impersonation, but whatever. He walks away. And then yeah, Jade Raymond, who by the way, like I don't know if she was like drunk or if she was like nervous and she was reading the cue card, but she seemed like she's usually a very articulate person. But she seemed a little bit like off. I think it was the cue cards, honestly.
Yeah, it must be the cards because it didn't really make sense how she was kind of like she was positioning herself really weirdly and like she kind of. Oh yeah, because I agree with what you say. Because when you listen to her in an interview, she doesn't talk like that.
No, yeah.
But you know what? I feel so bad because Kiefer, poor guy, wants to feel so kind of like involved in it. He came in before. He's like, he made that speech where he's like, you know what? People ask me to sign more Metal Gear merchandise than Hollywood merchandise.
Right.
I love this community. Again, like she's really, really humble and a great, great honest man. And he just gets torn to shreds by Jade Raymond,
to finish the story, basically, yeah, she came out and she goes like she was saying about like best performance. I think that's what she was showing off or whatever, and then she was like, "Yeah, I mean, who could not picture David Hayter as the voice of Solid Snake?" And then some people clap like, "Yeah, fuck Kiefer, yeah." And then like she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, that was kind of mean." And like, I honestly like what we were talking about. I think it's the cue cards because I don't think she would like. Why would the fuck would she diss Kiefer so randomly? It just seems like I don't know. I mean, I know she's close with Hayter, but that's I don't know. It's weird.
I feel bad for Kiefer. I really like him. I think he did a top job in MGS5 for what he had. He did really well with it. But I feel so bad
for the
him.
10 lines he says. Yeah, it was
fucking either way. 10 stellar lines. I'll take those. Like that Mission 43, man. Go and play it.
That was
and listen to him. Oh, yeah. Like it's this pinnacle of like Kiefer. But I mean, like it was really kind of weird. That was kind of again cringe comedy. I don't really like that.
Yeah.
Even though I'm someone who watches in between and laughs, cringe comedy has to be really executed well. And it's definitely not a award ceremony because you look like Kanye West, which is what Jade Raymond was doing exactly. Like, don't worry, Kiefer, I'm going to stop you there for 1 minute because I think David Hayter had one of the best speeches ever.
David Hayter had one of the best.
In his living room.
Yeah, he had one of the best voices of all time. Like what? But yeah, that was really weird, dude. Do you wanna talk about the other thing that happened? The other big like Metal Gear related. So this is I have mad respect, man, for Jeff Keighley. So like we said, Sutherland came up and he's like, yeah, Big Boss, signing things, and then like he accepts the award and he leaves. And immediately afterwards, they I didn't see this live. I saw this like on a video, but they cut to Keeley, and Keeley looks fucking pissed, man. He has like the eye of the tiger. You could see it in his eyes. And he says like, by the way, I just want to let you guys know, Hideo Kojima. I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, Hideo Kojima was going to come and accept this award. However, lawyers from Konami told him that they would not permit him the approval to travel here and to be amongst his peers and whatnot to like accept the award. And Keeley was like, and I just think he basically said like, I think that's bullshit because like he should be able to come here. And anyway, we just want to let you know. And then he's like, and Kojima, we know you're watching at home, so thanks, man. And like that. Well, that was amazing, dude, because that has never happened before, I think, at any award show ceremony. Like, can you imagine the Academy Awards, like, like fucking Steve Carell's like, by the way, fucking, this, like, George Lucas was supposed to be here, but Disney didn't let him. It's like, it would be, like, it's something you never hear, and dude, I heard that, and I'm like, you know what, man? I'm sure Konami is never gonna, like, attend one of these ceremonies, because, I mean, judging by the way they're treating Kojima, they're kind of like drunk on power, and they're like really butthurt over something that happened. And Keeley was like, "Fuck you guys, man! Like, I'm gonna tell it how it is because my friend's not here. Fuck you guys." And I have a lot of respect for that. That takes balls. That shows that shows like the human. That again, that's where I say Keeley, is very respectful to the developers and the gamers and the people. For all the Dorito Pope jokes that guy gets, like this is. I feel like one of the biggest moments that he shined in, and I kind of rambled a bit, but like I thought it was great. I thought it was really excellent.
Yeah, it was good shots fired for what it was, but I wasn't really surprised because I was kind of surprised. Well, I was more surprised about the fact when he admitted that Kojima was going to be attending the Game Awards because isn't he still? We talked about this in the pre-game show.
Right.
You were talking about maybe he reveals the studio like Chris.
Yeah, I know. He wasn't even fucking there. Like
they still got him on vacation. He's still in having a vacation.
Vacation, of course. Yeah, on a tropical island with
in Ground Zero in a Camp Omega.
He's with Suzuki. Using that
on that beach.
Just talking about games and shit.
I hope that becomes a reality where it's just you, Suzuki, on a beach and his Instagram posting.
If that was Shenmue 3, I'd be so happy to have backed that up. Just a video of them hanging out. Like
that should be the main menu screen. He's just lying like this.
And then, like, when you pick like load game, did you like it?
No, but with the Kojima, I wasn't really surprised. It's good that Keeley who would call him out for it, Konami. I did enjoy the booing, which started to generate in the background.
Yeah, because dude, enough is enough, right? Like Konami is. Like...
It is very degrading.
Yeah,
especially from a Japanese corporation, even Japanese culture, which is very, holds high morals on respect and and kind of courtesy and everything else. Like just kind of have very. Have pride in a lot of things. So just kind of like, restrict the creator to go and pick up his award.
Like,
I think there is kind of
like the definition of a dick move was what they did.
Yeah, they pulled the rug from Kojima's feet and kind of left him there. Because he's probably doing nothing right now at Konami. I can't imagine what he's actually doing there.
Growing a beard. just letting the facial hair grow out, I mean, you're right. He's doing the waste of talent, man. He could be like starting up something right now, and they're literally just like keeping him as a prisoner, Hopefully they're giving him bread and water. Fuck.
But I think that's it was a good moment though for the show, definitely.
Yeah, I mean it was the highlight I think of any Game Award show ever. I mean, I guess that's kind of like it for the Game Awards. Overall, what do you think, man? I mean, I think it was a great show. Honestly, I liked it better than PlayStation Experience, and which we'll talk about in a second. And I thought it was a fun thing. I didn't get to see the whole thing, but I got to see the highlights, and I thought the world premieres I thought were really great too. By the way, we didn't really touch up on that too much. I'm very interested in Batman Telltale. I'll say that right now.
At the same time, I'm interested, but I'm also kind of like I was rubbing my eyes and because it's the same thing what sells Battlefront as well, because it plays a little bit like Battlefield and it's masked with Star Wars and it's going to sell. It's kind of thing where people kind of like forget what Telltale are. I'm like, I'm gonna buy it because it's Batman. I'm like, but at the same time they're doing a Marvel project, so they're just saturating themselves even more by just putting comic book games out. I mean,
It's
obviously Michonne is there, but it's just kind of like, come on. If you're going to do the Marvel agreement, do that first, then do the Batman thing afterwards, maybe?
Yeah, it
Uh,
sounds like they pushed Marvel because now it seems like they said Batman's for sure coming out next year, supposedly. Next year could be December. That's what they did with Back to the Future. But like, yeah, like it is kind of weird. Like, why not? But I mean, it's what honestly, dude, I'd be a hypocrite if I said I didn't want to buy it because remember one of our spoiler casts, which you guys should check out, Tales from the Borderlands and Game of Thrones. I remember saying I think on one or the other that I'm kind of like all telltaled out at the moment, and I really wouldn't pick up a game unless it's based off of a franchise or something that intrigues me. In the case of Batman, I love Batman, so I'll do it. But like Michonne, like for example, I'm tired of Walking Dead, so I'm probably not gonna pick that up. Yeah,
I'll see
it's
if there's a platinum trophy.
yeah, like that platinum. That would
That's
drives
the
me
only
up.
thing that makes you attracted to like Telltale and like, platinum.
What?
Like,
Also to touch up on, I don't care about Psychonauts 2. I'm happy for people who like
yeah.
Psychonauts. I played the first one, didn't like it, so I don't really care. Rock Band VR was the dumbest fucking thing ever. Like literally, it's their version of Guitar Hero Live. It's so dumb. Like,
Is that kind of
fuck
that thing where you like face palm yourself? This is like fucking where this is the exact reason why Rock Band and Guitar Hero died 10 years ago because you did shit like this, and now you're bringing it back. You kind of like,
It's
oh,
so dumb.
it's so true. History repeats itself.
And it pisses me off because they were the ones that were like, it's not an arms race, man. We're not going to make like multiple entries anymore. It's just Rock Band 4, baby. And
Daytona has ended. It's now the arms race again.
yeah,
You just see harmonics, $1 million, and Big Boss's DNA.
Kojima's DNA. That's what they're asking for. It's all against Konami. They're like, we don't even make fucking.
You just see Konami's president. Why are you just giving said demands? Why you just give them Kojima's body?
It's Keeley. Keeley is Solid Snake. He's the one that they're staking. I would love to see that movie. And then all the other stuff, like we briefly mentioned, Uncharted 4 was great. Quantum Break was really cool. I'm glad people can get Rocket League on Xbox One. Don't care about Shadow Complex, and everything else I didn't care about.